Greetings. Welcome as always to my sacred space. Today I'm here with the Spectrowhirl Tarot, and it will be a pick a card reading. So I'll be placing 3 cards down, and I'll ask you to choose the one that calls to you rather intuitively, and that reading will be the reading meant for you. So I'll be placing 3 cards down. This is the first card. I'm going to shuffle a bit more. This is the second card. And just a bit more shuffling. I like to stop when the spirits tell me stop. So sometimes the shuffling takes a while. And this is the third card. So these are the 3 cards for our reading today with the Spectrowhirl Tarot. So just choose the card that calls to you. So it could be the card by the blue dice, the card by the pink dice, the card by the purple dice. If you need to pause right now, pause the video if you can't decide, because I'm about to flip the cards. So here we go, you've been warned. And don't worry, I'm going to put a marker in the video that you can see the exact moment in the video, the exact timestamp for each card reading. So you can look in the description and you'll see that. All right, flipping the cards now. Ooh, we have the Devil card for card number 1. We have Justice, card number 2, and Knight of Swords. Wow, this is an interesting this is an interesting read today. So let us read. So the PDF for this deck is available online. So you can just go to spectrowhirl.com and you can actually get a feel for what the readings will be like by just looking at that deck online, if you want to ruminate on what the meanings could be before you actually buy the deck for yourself. And I'm going to just show the reading for the Devil for those that like to read for themselves, and then I'll read it for you. So the Devil. The face of the Devil confronts you directly, shrouded in wild and untamed flames of every shade. All his senses are ablaze, bursting with the hypnotic energy that keeps you chained to addictions, bad habits, and earthly pleasures. This card represents the fears and constricting forces that keep us from achieving our higher goals. But it's never too late to shatter the chains and climb towards the light. The Devil's flames may be entrancing, but they are brighter colors in a life of freedom. So that's the reading for the Devil card. And I'm just going to bring it closer that you can have a close look at the card. So the thing about the Devil card, lots of time in tarot, this is the card that scares people because it's, ooh, the Devil. And a lot of people don't like to hear when the Devil is chosen for them. But the Devil is not this outside being that's causing havoc on our lives or whatnot. The Devil in tarot actually represents yourself and your addictions or your bad habits or those things that might be stopping you from achieving your higher purpose. So if you're at this point in your life where this particular card is the card that you chose, ask yourself, what could these addictions be? What could be these things that help me from achieving my higher purpose in life? What could be these things that are holding me back, right? Sometimes the allure of those things that tempt us is so entrancing that we get caught up with it and we can lose ourselves a bit and we can start to think, you know, maybe this is where I belong. But it's not. These things are not actually helping us to fulfill our true meaning and our purpose and what we're here to do on this earth in this lifetime. So ask yourself, what are these things? Is it that you spend too much time idling on your phone? Could it be that you're not eating as you know you should be? Could it be something like a cigarette addiction or perhaps an alcohol addiction? Or could it be just, you know, almost the opposite? Could you be exercising too much? Could you be harming your body because you're stressing it physically more than you should? Could you be being too rigorous with your diets to the point that you're not giving yourself the amount of nutrients and stuff you need, because addictions don't necessarily have to always, put on a black raincoat and dress up and look all, bad and ill fortune. Sometimes addictions can be us trying to achieve good things, but we're doing it and we're holding ourselves to standards that are too high. And because we're doing that, we actually end up destroying ourselves and destroying our bodies, because we stress ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to the point that we are no longer functioning as we should be. We're not functioning in harmony with the universe, in harmony with nature. So really examine yourself, really examine your life and the decisions you're making and how you're functioning and what you're doing, and ask yourself, am I doing this, and am I really achieving this higher sense or this higher purpose or my destiny or my fate, if you believe in those things? Am I really doing what is right, what is just? Because we have this with this oath that at least I follow: do no harm, do well, do good, do good unto others and do good unto ourselves as well. So ask yourself, what am I doing that's unhealthy? What am I doing that I'm not supposed to be doing? So this card is a wake-up call for you right now to reassess your life and reassess the things that are in it, and to look carefully at what comprises of your life right now. So that's your homework. I love to give homework. So your homework is to really examine those things in your life. Everything, just look at everything and ask yourself, what is healthy here? What is unhealthy here? What is really truly meant for me? And what is not? What am I holding on to but is actually draining me or leeching or taking energy from me? And it might not even be a thing, it might be a person. Is there someone in your life that isn't healthy for you? Is there someone in your life that is taking away your energy from you? So when you're assessing yourself, really and truly look, because it might not be an obvious addiction. It may be a person that, you being around them brings out the negative side in you. It might be a person that they're in your life and, you just change your personality, because sometimes we very often change who we are depending on the social groups that we surround ourselves with. So it could be that you're with a particular social group and they're encouraging you to be someone that is beside who you truly are meant to be, beside who's the righteous and the great and the good path that you're supposed to be following. So, really assess your life and try to ask yourself, what are these addictions? What are these negative things? And then from there, go to, okay, how can I change them? I don't snap your fingers. Don't try to cold turkey it. It doesn't always work like that. Really sit with yourself and think of a plan. Think of, be kind to yourself. Don't just take it all the way one time. If it's shopping, say, all right, I'm shopping, I'm spending too much. I'm spending $500 a month. Well, that's a lot of money. But you know what? I'm going to cut down to 4 next month, and then 3 the next month, and then 2 the next month. And then we're going to keep it at 2, and just try to create measures that you can really hold yourself accountable for. And if you have difficulty holding yourself accountable, then, try to involve it with someone you trust. Say, hi, dear friend, I'm having problems with this issue. I really think that I'm struggling in this particular area. I'm trying to cut back, eating fast foods a bit more. So could you just message me a positive message in the day saying, hope you're eating well, because we don't want them to shame you. Don't want someone to say, hey, don't eat any Burger King or don't eat fast food this week. You want someone that's going to say, hey, I hope that you remember to get that apple today. I hope that you remember to, take that walk this afternoon. I hope that you remember to stop and smell the roses, because it might be carving out time in our own sacred spaces. That might be our issue. Maybe we're not taking enough time to really love ourselves and to nurture ourselves. So you can ask someone to help you hold yourself accountable, or if you feel that you're up to the task and you can do it on your own, you can also go ahead and just remember to treat yourself kindly. Don't try to have everything change overnight. Just remember, I am be kind to yourself the same way you would treat someone else. You know, I am a person, you know, I have weaknesses. You know, I do not always do what I should do, but I'm improving. I'm growing, right? And find yourself onto the path that is really truly intended on you. So if you chose the first card, the Devil card, that's the message for you. The second card is Justice. And I'm going to bring so you can read, for those who like to read for themselves. This is what Justice says, so you can pause it here. And Justice, the sword of justice strikes to the core, cutting through the deception and chaos to create fairness and balance. This may be the time for those in your life to be held accountable for their actions, whether good or bad. Either way, a big decision is imminent, and in the end, the outcome will be fair. If you can, try to be your own source of justice. Find a balance between the conflicting fires of passion that burn within you. Others will see this and benefit from your righteous actions. So the Justice card, right? So something may be happening in your life right now. Something big might be happening, or it's on the precipice of something happening. And the decision might be in front of you. So the question to ask yourself is, are you being fair? Are you being fair to yourself, or are you being fair to all parties involved? Is fairness, because fairness is so important, is fairness, you know, the most important part of the decision-making process for you? And if fairness is not the most important part, then what is? Because fairness is important. It's important that all parties, including ourselves, are treated fairly. And this does not mean that you're necessarily unfairing someone, or that someone's unfairing you. This could simply mean that a decision that is being made might not take into consideration the full extent of what the ramifications are, the full extent of what is happening, and all parties involved. Because sometimes when we come to make decisions, we tend to look at them from a very specific perspective. So for example, when we're choosing a job or something job related, we tend to look at it from a financial perspective. But that is not necessarily fairness. You can't go into life always looking at things in terms of dollars and cents. When you're making decisions, you also have to look at the emotional. So how does a particular environment make you feel? How do you impact a particular environment by your presence there? And also, you know, spiritually, how is it nourishing your soul? How is it helping you? And physically, what is the toll that is taken onto your body as you go ahead and do the tasks that you're supposed to do there, or as others go ahead and do the tasks that they're meant to do? So there's going to be an accountability for actions, right? So regarding this big decision, there's going to be a point where whatever is happening, whatever you're doing, whatever people around you are doing, there's going to be a time of accountability. So if you see things happening and it feels as if no one's watching, and you pull this card is to remind you that karma exists, all right? This card is to remind you that justice is going to be on its way. So if you're thinking, you know, no one's watching, no one cares what's happening, you know, everyone might be doing something and getting away with it, maybe I should just jump on the bandwagon, maybe I should do what they're doing and just, you know, think about myself and forget everyone else. This card is reminding you, hold up. Justice is coming, all right? The spirits, the universe is alive, all right? The spirits are watching, and there will be swift justice at the end of it all. So make sure that when you make the decision for yourself and for all those involved, that it is fair, because what you put in is what you get out. If you make an unfair decision, if you're making unfair actions, if you're making unfair moves, if you are taking advantage of a situation or a person, watch out, it's going to come back, and it's going to come back threefold. So be very careful of the moves that you're making right now. Make sure that you are really being true to yourself and true to the people around you. And if you are the person that's in the situation and people are making decisions for you and it feels as if things are unfair, you can almost take a breath right now, because this card is letting you know that justice is coming, and that these people that might be wronging you, that might be hurting you, that might be taking advantage of your vulnerable position, these persons are going to be held accountable. The day is going to come when they have to stand up and stand trial for their actions. And if there are negative actions towards you, then there will be negative consequences towards them. So this is a card that can let you either relax a bit, because it's like, okay, all right, you know, I'm going to keep on the path I'm going. You know, things are being a bit unfair towards me right now, but it's okay. Retribution is going to come. There's going to be a time where they have to make up for these actions. Or it could be reminding you, hey, watch out. Behave yourself now. You know, people are watching. The spirits are watching. The universe is watching. You know, if you make the wrong decisions, then bam, we're coming for you. So be sure to make those right decisions, and be sure to walk a path that is truly the path you were supposed to be walking. Walk a path that is based on fairness. So your homework, you know, I love to give the homework. Your homework is to ask yourself, to evaluate whatever situation you're in, or you're moving or involved in, and ask yourself, is it fair? Is fairness happening here? Is there a sense of fairness for myself and for those that are involved in this situation? All right. So fairness, you are evaluating fairness. So that is what you have if you pull this card, the Justice card. And the last card, the Knight of Swords. I'll just bring it quickly for you, for those who like to read for themselves. So you can pause right there. All right, Knight of Swords. A massive mechanical sword streaks across the galaxy, moving with such speed that the very flash of reality seems to bleed at its tip. The turbulent clouds of a nebula forcibly integrate behind it. The Knight of Swords is alive with ambition and energy. This is an unwavering loyalty implicit in this card, suggesting a person who's desperate to please or otherwise driven to complete the task at hand, and fast. This sort of voracious initiative could be exactly what you need to achieve your goals, but there may be a risk. Is now a time for impulsive action, or should you stop to plan? Okay, so the Knight of Swords is a movement card. The Knight of Swords means something is happening, and it's happening fast. It's happening rapid. It's happening quickly, right? There's no time to breathe almost. There's a lot of energy in this card. If you look at the card and the movement, it looks busy. It looks forceful. It looks like you can see it piercing the galaxy. And the color is just playing and going everywhere. So this is a card of movement. So there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of ambition. There's a lot of movement in this card. And you might be a person that is trying to please other persons. You might be running yourself ragged right now, trying to please those around you. You might be trying your best to achieve the goals you have set out for yourself. This might not be a bad thing, right? This could actually be the energy and the attitude you need to succeed. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to have this movement, to have this energy, to have this drive, to have this passion. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you have to really stop and ask yourself, the speed at which I'm moving, is it really the correct path I'm headed? Is this really what I need to do? Should I really be moving this quickly? Or should I stop to plan? Is there a better way to do it? Is there an easier way to do it? You know, or am I pleasing the right people? You know, so you might be in this environment right now where you are on the go and you're very busy. You barely have the time to listen to this reading because you're so busy and you're so wrapped up with what you're doing right now, and you want to achieve the goals that you have laid out for yourself, and you want to do these things. You want to make the people around you happy, whether they're family, co-workers, mentors, or whatnot. You want to please them. You want to make them happy, and you want to make yourself happy. You might have this drive and this ambition pushing you, telling you, go, 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 go. I'm saying stop for a second in this moment and ask yourself, is this the way to go about it? Should you be making this decision now? Are you being a little bit impulsive? Is this action that you're doing, are these actions really logical? Are they rational? Are they just coming from an emotional place? Are they coming from a place of I want it done. I want to get it over with. I have to get it done, so I'm going to do it now. And it's going to be done. And then everyone will be happy. Where is it coming from? Where is this passion and this drive coming from? If you evaluate that for yourself and you find that it's coming from a good place, then you're fine. Continue moving at the speed you're moving at. You can close this video. This is me saying you've been given a green light. If you're doing it for the good of yourself and for the good of others, go, 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 go. Get it done. Get it done. You don't even have to listen to the rest of this video. This is your green light to go. However, if when you evaluate it for yourself, you are not finding that you're doing it for the right reasons or for the right people or from the right place in your heart and soul, then this is your message. This is your call to say, just think about it for a moment. Just pause and reevaluate. Reevaluate what you're doing. Reevaluate how you're doing it. Reevaluate the people involved. And reevaluate your feelings and emotions and your real feelings towards the entire situation. So this is a evaluation moment, a re-evaluation moment. So if this is your card, that's your homework. Reevaluate. All right, so this is the reading from Spectrowhirl Tarot for the 3 cards: the Devil, Justice, Knight of Swords. I hope this was able to help you where you are on your spiritual journey. Please leave comments for me. I love to read your comments. Remember, if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button. But you know, if anything, just comment something. I love talking to you. I love hearing, you know, which card you chose. How did it affect you? How did you feel after receiving your reading? What changes are you going to make, if any? Did the card that you chose resonate with you? I just love the feedback. So thank you once again for joining me in my sacred space. Love and light. Blessings.